Slug. Mana Leak plus the smoke screen is very good against Slug.
Yeah, I mean, how do you expect the Keeper of the Light to build? Do you want him to prioritize that Mana Leak or go for that Illuminate to really be able to clear out the lanes?
Oh, it just depends on the situation. Like, as long as he gets enough levels, you should have all your spells. Like, Mana Leak has a really good value point at level 1. It's still very good at 1 point. I don't think you need to specifically plan that, oh, I have to get more points in Mana Leak this game. It always depends on how the game is flowing and what do you need at a certain point of position. If Fnatic is pushing a lot earlier, you need more points in Illuminate. So it always changes depending on the game.
Alright, we've got FY rotating in nice and deep there. He's got himself 2 sentries, 2 observers. He's going to be going in, plopping this ward just to make sure he has vision and is going to be able to block the small camp there. Walking around, we'll see if the Radiant are going to get any sense of where he's at. I mean, they probably know that the Ricky's somewhere. There's going to be a couple pings plopping around as Juggernaut goes and tries to show himself to the high ground, but for now, just a bit of a calm early game. Mushi sitting around. He's got himself lots of regen, anticipating taking lots of damage.
Sorry, my settings are wrong. I didn't check the settings. I can't move my screen. Hang on. H pen. Yeah, okay. Go. Nice. Couldn't find the H pen.
Use those arrow keys, Winter. Come on.
I like my H pen, but right now, so Mushi is gonna be on the Huskar. This is something new for Mushi. I don't think I remember seeing him play the hero. But, you know, sometimes desperate situations require desperate measures.
FY was sitting on the rune trying to camp it and snipe it, but DJ's able to go and grab it for himself. And, I mean, he's already got the bottle, so sitting on a little bit of extra gold.
So mid Huskar with a balance supporting him against a Jug. And Coddle as well. Coddle's gonna be mid. But what's going on with the mid lane nowadays is always
Dude, we're
so
gonna
many
get
heroes.
try on try mid soon enough. This is nuts.
This lane is definitely a pretty good lane for Huskar. The Jug might have to get a healing ward at level 2 to deal with the harass that Huskar is putting on him with the Burning Spear. So overall, he's still gonna be able to get his farm.
I mean, the power of a Huskar early on is insane, and I would expect to see the healing ward. And Mushi going to take a couple strikes to the back from FY, and they're going to be able to pop down a ward, but immediate gobble up. They want to make sure they keep complete control over the VGR's vision.
Yeah, and Abaddon has moved all the way to top against Nyx. This is rather a strange move by him. I think Nyx is fine against Bat Rider 1v1. I've said this before. This matchup is pretty good for Nyx if you can get the mana burn on the Bat Rider. Once he doesn't have mana, he doesn't really have any kill potential on you, and you can just farm the lane.
Alright, Keeper of the Light goes for the first point into Illuminate. Not something we see a whole lot.
It's pretty common to get Illuminate at level 1.
Really? I usually see that early point in Mana Leak, although...
I mean, it depends on hero. Like, the hero doesn't have any set way of playing that you always have to get Mana Leak at level 1. It's always depending on the situation they're in, what heroes you're up against. And right now, because they're going for aggressive lane, you can see but Lifestealer has open wounds, so if they get an opening onto the Lifestealer, open wounds into Illuminate can possibly net them a kill. So they want to be able to play more aggressive.
A mid lane, Nono does go for the point in Blade Dance. I'm not going to grab up the healing ward just yet. He's been left on his own. I mean, do you think Mushi could just finish him off if he wanted to dive?
Maybe when he has boots, but right now he doesn't have the movement speed to run him down. So I don't think that would be possible for Mushi at the moment, but if you look at the CS, Jug is doing a pretty good job. 8 CS to the Huskars. Oh, Nono is going to run in with the Juggernaut spin in the mid lane. Mushi has a very fire, but still going to go down to the right click, but Nono going to die. Oh, still to that last 2 clicks from the tower.
Could he have aggroed that if he stayed under the tower range?
No, hard to say though, because the tower already, like, maybe he expected to be fine and didn't expect the second hit from the tower, so. But at the end of the day, he got the kill on the Huskar. So that was worth it for Nono.
Alright, next assassin goes in, YOLO's to a neutral creep. Meanwhile, up top of that, Amanda burning
bottom lane.
Shield's gonna go down. There will be a deny coming out from the Miscoil, and all of a sudden Slark dies as well. We've just got a bloodbath going out. Fnatic end up dropping 3 in the span of 30 seconds.
Yeah, you got owned by the Smoke Cloud. Smoke Cloud plus open wounds.
Mushi got to be going in, the tether giving him all sorts of reach and going back in. I think he can dive tower for this when the Burning Spear is coming out. There's no point in healing ward. They are going to retreat. Huskar doesn't want to get too greedy there. But I think a couple more spears really could have finished off Nono.
Yeah, he still doesn't have a point. Okay, he's finally going to put a point in healing ward. I'm surprised that he went for the healing ward pretty late. But that's going to allow him to stay in the lane and continue farming against Mushi here. Mushi right now has boots, and Winley's so going to have a lot of movement speed to outrun the Blade Fury if Juggernaut tries to be, again, too aggressive on him. And top lane, Nyx and Batrider, like I said, it's a pretty even matchup. Both heroes are going to be able to get almost equal amounts of farm. Right now, Nyx is much more comfortable in the lane because Batrider has no more mana to harass him anymore.
Down here in the river, there's going to be a regen rune. Oh, it's Io's birthday right there. He gets exactly what he wanted. And they might be going in. Looks like they're doodle on the map. They want to go up to the jungle and perhaps look to punish, but just content going in, farming the mid lane. A couple of burning spears tossed out onto FY, but for now, we have a brief reprieve in the action.
Oh, Juggernaut is actually starting to jungle and he left the lane for FY. I guess he feels like because the wave is above the river, he doesn't want to risk anything and he feels like he's going to be under a lot of pressure to farm and he's going to take a lot of harass from Mushi, so decides that going to the jungle is much safer for him. And bottom lane, the Smoke Cloud.
The Smoke Cloud lashes up, 343 can't go in, he can't get the shield off, he can't get the Miscoil Deny either. So it looks like they are going to be able to go and get Lifestealer, a nice little kill, blinking around. It's just going to be the Abaddon falling down. Juggernaut does get denied to a neutral creep.
Yep, spent all his gold, bought a TP. Oh, he didn't actually spend all his gold. Just bought a TP. Oh well, DJ gonna pop the dust there on FY, but he's alone, so shouldn't be able to take down a hero. But this aggressive lane from Vici are paying dividends. They got so far 2 kills on the lane. The Smoke Cloud in plus the open wound from the Lifesteal on top of the Illuminators has managed to net them 2 kills on this lane so far. Slug at some point will need to get a BKB against the Smoke Cloud, the Smoke Screen.
Mushi all on his own, the Smoke Screen coming out. It looks like Mushi's going to be going healing up with the Inner Vitality, turning things onto the Riki, but they lose vision. And there's not going to be a TP following through.
I mean, even a Hurricane Pike on Mushi this game would be pretty nice on the Huskar, because you want to get Dragon Lance as well. It's a pretty good item on Huskar. And against the Smoke Cloud, you want to force off top lane. Mikasa going to get impaled up by the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, they're going in. They just don't have the actual damage to finish it off. That will definitely change as the game scales up a little later.
And Nono here still continues his jungling. He really doesn't feel comfortable going back to the mid lane here, as Mushi has been constantly controlling the creep wave on his high ground.
I mean, it seems necessary for the Juggernaut, but how much is that really going to hinder his farm going forward?
I mean, jungling is definitely pretty difficult for him at this stage until he gets more points. Right now he gets an easy camp. This camp is pretty good for him. He can clear it with a spin. I mean, but overall this is less than ideal for the Juggernaut at this stage of the game.
Down bottom there is going to be one final Illuminate to finish off the Slark, and Lifestealer should be able to crawl away safely. This is going to be a very, very effective aggressive tri-lane for VGR. And Slark, that's going to be his second death. He's really starving in terms of farm, sitting at only 21 last hits compared to the Lifestealer's 36. Is this just the lost lane phase for Fnatic?
Yeah, because VGR has chosen to pressure the lane with much stronger heroes, and in an exchange, the Huskar has been getting much more farm compared to the Slug, and yes, so far had a much better time. So we'll see how much the Huskar can do to maybe make space, because Slug can catch up in the jungle very easily with the Dark Pet later, and Huskar doesn't really have a flash farming tool. You have to be able to get a good laning phase, kill heroes, siege objectives, get Roshan.
Yeah, it seems like Huskar and Slark are both pretty big snowballs.
The bomb is coming. The Lifestealer bomb.
Oh yeah, he's coming in FY, looking to unleash that. There's going to be no Radiant Vision of this. Obviously, getting down the Wisp would be a great first target, but they may have to go and just try to get Mushi down and ignore the regen. Oh, they're going to go straight onto DJ. They are going to dive tower for this. There's a rotation in from the next assassin coming back. They are able to get down the IO in time. Leap back in. They go for the life break onto Noto. He's still alive. He's spinning. There's going to be the mana leak coming out. Mushi may have to sit back and relax for this one. The healing ward coming back on through, but Nyx is able to get the strike onto Juggernaut, taking him down. And now N just backing off. It looks like 3-4-3 in Ohio. Formidable duo. Bringing Mushi in for the damage means they are able to make that a 1-for-1 trade, and it is going to favor Fnatic in the end.
Yeah, great rotation there by the Nyx to salvage the fight for his team. So 1-for-1 exchange, like you said. Juggernaut for the Huskar. Not too bad for Fnatic. It's going to put the Nyx in a pretty good position in terms of net worth. He has 1k go on top of his Arcane Boot, so can go for a quick blink or go for early Midas. Those are the options that you see on Nyx in most cases.
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting back. Do you think he needs to continue the pressure in the rotations, or can he sit back and farm up his blink?
Right now, if he wants to rotate, he needs to wait for his Vendetta. I'm okay with him farming when his Vendetta is on cooldown. And then when his Vendetta is up, he should be trying to help, especially the Slug, because he had a tougher early laning phase compared to the Husker. So helping the Slug could be a good idea.
Alright, Mushi going around. I mean, he's having a very successful lane so far. 1-1-1. He forced the Juggernaut away. He made a lot of space for his team, but like you mentioned, he doesn't have flash farming techniques. He doesn't have the ability to hold on late game unless he's raking in kills left and right. Do you think he's going to start to fall off really harshly if his team doesn't match his aggression?
I mean, as long as he's not dying and continuously farming, I think it's fine. Like for them right now, they're not in a hurry that, oh, I have to fight with this Husker now. The Husker's not ready to fight yet. He needs to, at the very least, complete his armlet. He still hasn't got his armlet yet. So before that happens, I don't think Fnatic will be too keen to be way too aggressive on towards VGR.
Alright, VGR continuing this trialing, getting a lot of pharma to keep her alive. He's already going to be level 6, so he's definitely found what he needs to be successful here. FY going to be level 5, ticking over, grabbing that Tricks of the Trade relatively soon. And really good vision out from VGR. They've had sentry wards mid pretty much all game. They've got deep observers into the Radiant jungle. They've got sentries here to make sure there's no vision on the Riki just yet. Just a really good job making sure that this Riki feels protected, and it's turning out to be keeping him alive fairly effectively.
Yeah, so far they're doing a good job, like you say. Doing good in most of their lanes. Bear Rider is the one that is the most far behind, but it's okay for him because he can jungle and just catch up after doing some stacks, and at some point he's gonna get the dagger and keep off the light. So far he's gotten a good amount of experience from the off lane.
Oh, down bottom, FY getting melted down, but looks like they aren't able to go in the AoE. Not going to be enough there. 4 points in the Dark Pack, but still not going to be successful. Meanwhile, up top, you've got the Keeper of the Light, mana leaking off the Nyx Assassin, who's going to pop into Vendetta and stun himself. They do have the Sentry Vision, but not enough damage to follow through.
Yeah, but that's still pretty good for VGR. They forced the Nyx to pop his ultimate and he's totally out of mana. He has stick charges and arcane boots up, so but VGR still knew that he just popped his ultimate, so they should be more prepared for Ohio making a rotation into the jungle or into the mid lane right now.
Mushi going through, Inner Vitality just keeping him nice and healthy as he starts his siege onto the tower. But there are going to be VGR heroes there ready to go. And you've got the Vendetta Nyx kind of scooting around, seeing what he can get done. But VGR
looking for the courier.
Oh.
There's an armlet in the courier.
It could be really big there. Can he actually catch up though? He stops Vendetta-ing and he's just going to be slow and steady. And unfortunately not able to get that snipe.
He's very close to his blink though if he wants that. I think Blink could be a very, very good option here for him instead of going for the much greedier Midas and a Blink later. His team relies on the Nyx to initiate so that they can use the relocate, the Husker can come in. He's like the only disable on his team, so they are going to heavily rely on him.
So Ohio sitting around just keeping up the farm. He's definitely slow rolling here. We are going to have FY just go and get some scouting vision, and very nice ward there for the Dire team. Very good vision. Keeping eyes on the Radiant where they're at. They know the Abaddon's going to be occupied right now, so maybe they can go start to jump down bottom. We haven't really seen a whole lot of pressure on the Slark since the very early laning phase. Yeah,
but they're still waiting for the blink on the Bear Rider. Bear Rider hasn't acquired his all-important dagger for his team to be able to make plays around the map. I mean, right now Riki is the only one that can actually help them kill the Slug with the silence. So if Riki is not at the bottom lane, it's very difficult for them to kill him without blink on the Bear Rider as well. So I think VGR will be much more content in focusing on keeping the bat alive, playing a more farming game right now. They have to get his blink as fast as possible for them.
Alright, we've got a Lifestealer Bomb FY walking towards the mid lane. I mean, it contains up our big old Nakes here, and he's going to be top of the net worth chart by a lot, kind of dominating the Huskar in terms of farm. And that hasn't even started the killing snowball yet, so No going to be keen to go in. They want to focus on the Wisp if possible. Again, the Ambulance Wisp can be so pesky, and FY going to be going in. There's going to be pings all over the place. DJ going to be jumped there. There's the plop smoke screen to hold him in place, and DJ will get hit by 3 claws of the Nakes. They bring in 3-4-3. It's going to be a little bit late, and I don't think Fnatic can continue the chase.
That was once again very good play by VGR, getting DJ first. He is the hero that you want to take out first before you focus on the Husker. So he's going to jump in onto No.
That's a long range break going back in there. That's going to be the Mana Leak. Mushi's setting himself in place there. It's going to be the blinding light, so no one else can continue to right click damage. And now Mushi getting down very low is going to be using the armlet to keep himself alive.
Oh, that was really, really close for him to being able to to kill them, to kill Mushi there. Mushi's gonna be able to survive thanks to that armlet. Nyx has his blink, faster than the Batrider's blink, so that's gonna help Fnatic try to be much more aggressive and find a pick-off so they can use relocate and bring Mushi in to be a part of some of the kills in bottom lane.
Yeah. Do you think this Slark's okay? Do you think they'd need to be focusing him down more?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they're going back in. That's going to be a relocate in from the Wisp. They land the Impale. They get him going on Mikasa, making sure his blink progress is delayed. They are going to be successful in that. He's going to be losing a grand total of almost 300 golds, and that just keeps setting him back. This Batrider cannot fight with his team without his blink dagger. The longer you delay that, the more safe space you make for yourself.
Yeah, for Slark, he's far behind, but he's actually not that far behind. Like the lifestealer is just like 1k. Well, he's a bit behind, but Slark catches up pretty quickly if his team is able to make space and allow him to farm for a few minutes to get his Shadow Blade. And towards his all-important BKB this game to deal with the smoke screen of Ricky. That spell actually owns Slark very, very hard. So he has to get a BKB at some point. And bottom lane, DDC gets spike characters and pounce.
Under his tier 2 there, that's going to be a nice little snowball starting up for mid one. All of a sudden finds himself his first kill of the game. And meanwhile, FY is sitting comfortable in that mid lane underneath Sentry Vision.
Yep.
So he knows he's not going to get revealed.
Very good play there by Ohio. So with the early blink, he's going to be able to make a lot of plays around the map for his team. Like I said, he's the only disabled, so they have to rely on him to hit his stuns and carapace so that they can relocate and kill heroes with Pascal and Slark. And he's doing a very good job for his team so far. Every time Vendetta is up, he's going to be looking for kills. And yeah, Vici have to be careful and be wary of that because their initiating hero is not ready to fight yet without his blink.
Mushi going in, looking for the complete heal on himself in the backlands. You've got Keeper Delight channeling up and Illuminate, just clearing out the waves, but I don't think VGR are exactly ready to go in and fight. Like you mentioned, Batrider, still no blink. Juggernaut doesn't really want to go back in. He had a really tough laning phase, and it's just delayed his farm that much more.
Yeah, he still hasn't picked up any items yet. Usually at this stage you would have at the very least the Yasha, the face plus Yasha, and you'll be pondering whether do I go into the battle for reboot, do I need the Manta to fight a lot earlier, or I go for the SMY for more HP and movement speed. He's still thinking about things, doesn't even have the Yasha yet, but he has 2k gold, so definitely needs a lot more time to catch up compared to the Lifestealer. Lifestealer is very, very farm this game for VGR.
I mean, he's already got his completed Echo, and he's 500 more gold in the bank, able to go through, finishing off this tower. There is a deny attempt by 343. He's not going to be successful, but at least he won't lose his life.
Yep, and Midon picked up the blink here. I really like the blink against the Keeper of the Light. You want to be able to jump him before he does a lot of spam with his Illuminate and the Mana Leak, so that item is definitely really, really good at dealing with the Keeper of the Light and picking him off. The Slug is always very, very strong to kill a squishy hero like Keeper of the Light, so the blink is just going to allow him to constantly pick the hero off.
Ohio just continuing his rounds. He's Vendetta up. He's got his blink. He's got his arcanes. He's got 500 gold, but hasn't really found himself a whole lot of kills since he's picked up that blink. I mean, I think with that Slark now ready to rotate, they could look for the jump. Oh, the smoke immediately revealed to go. An immediate response from the dust. The Dire team's looking for something, but both blinks away. And they shouldn't be able to find anything. He's going to go Lifestealer bomb. Okay, Ohio, he hits the deck. Nice job there. Lifestealer picking himself up a mega kill streak. All of a sudden, 5-0-1 for this undead monstrosity.
Yeah, this Lifestealer has been doing a lot of work for his team right now. No thanks to the Ricky vehicle that they have. I mean, remember the game yesterday when Lifestealer's vehicle was the bounty hunter? It was like so difficult for them to initiate, but with the Ricky it's so much easier because of the blink strike. And he's just putting his team on his back right now, creating a lot of space and hopefully buy enough time for the Juggernaut to get back online.
Well, Huskar jumps in, but he's going to regret that there. Armlet on armlet action is no-no. Debating whether or not he goes in the blinding light, but he's holding everyone back for now. There's going to be a leap in. Slark able to go get that pounce. It does latch, but there's going to be the Lifestealer bomb heading out there. No, all of a sudden says your Uber driver's arrived, hop in.
Batrider's not in the middle lane though, he has to get himself towards the mid lane to help his team fight here. If they want to defend this tower, they need all their heroes here.
Looks like Mushi maybe trying to go in. There will be a double man impale. DDC going to get very, very low. Will end up falling there. No more Keeper of the Light in the fight, but Ohio going to get grinded down. He's going to be invised up. They don't have vision on him for now. Deep life break in, going back on through, and he might be in some trouble. His armor toggling himself to safety. It will get pounced up. That's going to be another kill going their way. Ricky just sitting there trying not to die, but I don't think he's going to be so successful. Triple kill for the Slark. After what looked like a really shaky engage in the mid lane, Fnatic, they managed to equalize this for themselves.
Yeah, that was just not very coordinated from Vici. If they wanted to defend the tower, they needed the Bat Rider there ASAP. Like he was fireflying, farming the bottom lane, and his team was like, "Oh guys, we have to defend this." Lifestealer is very strong now, but they don't have everyone there. Bat Rider was their main initiator, and Fnatic, as soon as they realized Bat Rider's in the bottom lane, Nyx just jumped in, initiated for his team, and won the fight from there.
Alright, we may have a bit of a Roche contest coming through, but I don't really know if BGR can get themselves far enough into the pit to get the job done. You've got No just walking in. He's going to try to occupy their time, distract them. Roshan still has about a quarter health. There's going to be the Illuminate coming back into the pit. Another pounce latches. No goes in for the Omni Slash, but it's split among too many heroes. It's going to be Nyx able... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They're chasing him down. No. He's going to be hiding in the trees looking for the neutral deny. Will he be able to get it done? Abaddon's able to go and get the kill, and that's going to be another kill coming out. Mushi, oh, he's manning up here. He may still end up going down, but he might be able to take someone with him that gets a bat down on the back line. And this is going to be a bloody massacre.
Go, Husker buys back. They want to come in for this Roshan here.
Ohio lands a double man summit. I do have the relocate gank coming in. They're going to bring in Husker. Oh, God. There's going to be the blinding light coming back on through, but it's not going to be enough to save DDC's life.
Oh, that was a very good buyback there by Fnatic. They bought out immediately. They got the double stun. That's very good coordination by them.
FY.
Oh,
yeah, that's going to be something he regrets. And that's 5 dead on BGR. Again, there was a buyback committed onto the Huskar, but certainly worthwhile if they're able to get a full wipe, mid-tower, Roshan. I mean, everything they want.
Yeah, that was just a very good decision by Fnatic. That immediately buys back, uses the relocate to bring Mushi into the fight, and setting up with a double stun by Ohio again. So, well played by Team Fnatic there. Good coordination, gets the Roshan as a reward. And VGR, so once again losing the lifesteal once more. Like Nono was like way too early. He went in way too early. His team was not ready for that to happen yet. They were still quite like maybe 3 seconds away. If he waited a bit longer, that would have been perfect for his team.
Alright, taking a look at the overall net worth graph, still really close. I mean, within 1,500 from the 0 line. Fnatic starting slowly but surely to accumulate a lead. But take a look at the overall XP. That is huge. 7,500 in favor of Fnatic, and that's going to really start to show in terms of levels. You've got Slark at level 14. Your next highest is the Juggernaut at 12.
Yep, Slark still has a lot of unspent gold, so we'll see whether he goes for... Still wants to go for... I guess he won't go for the Shadow Blade anymore because of the blink. He would go for probably Skadi at this point. Most likely after the blink. That's the usual build after a dagger. You get the Skadi. Gives you a lot more HP. I mean, BKB is still very important for him, but he might delay the BKB as a third item after the Skadi.
Slark's going to be going in. The smoke does end up popping. They go for the dust, but it's going to be a leap away. Anyone able to go, uses pounce, uses his blink, and dodges out a smoke gank with a lifestealer and fest bomb. That's pretty dangerous. They might actually connect with the bomb as well. Alright, Slark went back in, a little bit greedy for him, and he will end up going down, so... And is able to go through. That's almost 700 gold for the lifestealer right now. That's a big, pretty penny.
He should have known there was a war. Like, his ulti... I don't know, maybe he was just slow. His ulti got deactivated when the enemy was around him, I don't know. But... I was expecting the Slark to play a bit safer because he saw the enemy heroes around the jungle, but he still wanted to farm the camp nearby, so he just paid a price for being greedy.
Ohio, he's been lit up, he's sneaking around. Lots of priority on Invis heroes this game. Where do you think the first gem's gonna come from? Ohio, they go in, they start the fight, but they can't actually get a decent initiation, so VGR, they pop a dust, they pop their lifestealer bomb, but they do have to retreat.
Bat Rider is too poor now. You want to get BKB against Nyx. So if you look at the supports, unless the supports buys the gem for him, Ricky doesn't look like he wants to buy a gem. Just wants to buy his items. So I don't think the gem will come. I think they need a gem, but not so soon. Maybe in the next few minutes once they get enough gold. But for now, they can't really afford the gem. And
so, if you're Fnatic and you're running a Huskar strat, you really need to get the kills snowballing. Is this enough? Is Fnatic getting enough of a lead to hold on late game up against a Nyx?
I think it's fine though for them. They don't really need to force anything despite having the Huskar because they still have a Slark. Slark is really scary late game and it's very good versus the heroes that BGR have. Juggernaut and Lifesteal are not very good matchups against Slark. So if they can make sure that Slark keeps getting items, keeps scaling towards the late game, they don't really need to force anything too much. I think their late game scaling is very good with their heroes. Abaddon itself is also a very good hero late game if you get Aghanims.
He's holding on to Ohio's Finlay, so I was trying to figure out how we're gonna have to
The
pass
poor
that.
Koto, like I said, the blink on the slot is very, very good at killing Koto because he always wants to defend the lanes and buy time for his team and constantly getting punished by the blink on slot.
It's gonna be another
Yep,
exterior
his
tower.
Skadi is almost there.
Wow.
He almost has his Skadi.
And we've also got Huskar picking up the halberd, so just getting that disarm pretty crucial up against heroes like the Juggernaut and the Nyx. And, alright, everyone's dying. And End could be in some trouble, gonna get blocked in. There's gonna be a flame break trying to save his life. End is able to crawl up to his high ground. They're not gonna lose the life stealer there. That would have been a big bounty given away, but Fnatic are still looking really strong. Do they want to continue to slow siege here, or do they have to reset?
Oh, they definitely can siege. Like, but Midwan seems like he is telling his team, I'm very close to my Skadi, try to give me the next wave of creeps. He just needs the point booster. He's at 850 gold now, so just needs a few hundred more.
Going back in, Mushi's hitting pretty hard. Flame break going in, popping everyone down, but not going to be slowing him down too much. He's going to get napalmed up, and they've got to make sure he doesn't get too low for comfort. He's using that inner vitality to keep himself nice and topped off. And I mean, it's almost like Fnatic are challenging VGR to jump. They've got so many resources to go in and back up the Huskar if he does get bullied.
Yeah, they just need to get Midwan a Skadi now. Like, all his net worth is on the career now, so they need to just sell one of his items if they need to, and just get the point booster on him so they get the Skadi before the fight. So Aegis is gonna wear out in the meantime, but Fnatic right now still looking really, really strong with their position. Huskar just got his Heaven's Halberd, like you said. Very strong timing right now for Fnatic with their items, with their newly acquired items.
Oh, they want to go in, they want to get the start. The Spike Carapace going into Flame Break. Mikasa going to get stunned up there, but FY drops the Light Stealer Bomb and going to get pounced on though. Again, armlet on armlet action coming back on through. It looks like in the end, End is the one that has to run away, as Huskar is still feeling very, very strong. Huskar going to be trying to threaten out. Does he jump for this? He's got the life break in 1 second. Does he actually go for the full peel? He is diving deep. Look at him flying through the sky. DDC, this poor keeper of the light, is so gosh darn squishy. And now the Life Stealer crawling back towards his base. The Flame Break only forces the issue, and they are able to go through, get the Life Stealer kill. They're harassing Mikasa from outside the fountain, and it looks like this lane of Rax will be firmly claimed by Fnatic.
Yep, like I said, Fnatic is very, very strong with the newly acquired Heaven's Halberd, plus the Skadi on Slap. They're just way, way stronger than Vici at this point of the game, so...
How'd that last work out for you, that Rider?
This is suddenly looking super, super bad for VGR right now. They're gonna lose the set of Rex.
The deny by the Abaddon means they're not gonna give VGR anything. Juggernaut now the only one left standing. He's just kind of farming mid. He wants nothing to do with the massacre happening over in the top lane. And oh, just sitting back. Oh, it's Ancients. Neat. Meanwhile, his entire set of racks is crumbling.
Yeah, he just got a battle free and he's in no position to fight against the Huskar and the Spark right now, so he needs to be able to farm. Like, there's no choice. This is not ideal for VGR. You should have all your heroes defending when they're sieging a Rex, but unfortunately they're just very far behind in terms of net worth, and they just got farming items on the Juggernaut, so they need more items on them before they can actually defend. One Rex is still manageable for VGR, one side of Rex down. The next set of Rex, when Fnatic is going to run in and push, they have to be able to defend.
I mean, End is pretty farmed up on that Life Stealer, but he used to be firmly #1, and now both Slark and Huskar are surpassing him. How long can Fnatic hold on to this? If for some reason VGR start playing extremely safe and cautiously, will Fnatic just tire themselves out and starve, or can they just continue their role?
You mean Fnatic holding on to their lead? Or...
Yeah. Like, how is it possible that Fnatic
Yeah,
suddenly
why not? They are controlling the map right now. They're definitely going to extend and control the enemy in their base.
Oh, well, there's going to be the smoke screen popped up. Mid-1, not even scared whatsoever, able to go through the Impale latches onto Mikasa. It looks like that's going to be a very dead baddie pounced into place, and that's going to be a mega kill streak now for the Huskar. And FY with the Life Stealer inside, just trying to get back to safety.
Fnatic, once again, getting a pick-off and going to force the Rex here. And VGR, they still don't have enough farm on the Juggernaut to be able to contest, so... he has 2.4k gold, 2.5k gold. Maybe at best he can TP back and get a blink and try to use the blink to defend. But can't really purchase any big items right now on the Jug.
I mean, this Jug is just... He's trying his best to find some farm around the map, but at the cost of another set of racks, I don't think it's worth it. Meanwhile, I mean, this poor keeper of the light, he's trying to have the most defensive positioning possible, but there's so much mobility on Fnatic.
Yeah, the blink on Slug is just excellent this game in terms of eliminating the wave clear of the keeper of the light. He just constantly gets picked off by the Slug every time he tries to defend the base, tries to defend the towers. there's not much Keeper of Light can do against Slug. Doesn't have a ghost scepter, so there's no way he can escape from the Slug.
Alright, Huskar flying out that courier to the secret shop. We'll see what he wants to pick up here with the Vit booster. It will be a harder Tarrasque.
He just wants to make himself unkillable, and at this point, he is just standing in front as a front line for his team, sieging the towers, and when Slug sees the Kotal, he's just gonna jump and kill that hero. VGR is just severely lacking in terms of farm to be able to contest the team fights at all.
Yeah, I feel like the Lifestealer maybe not making the most effective use of his time. He's been inside FY for a long time.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a choice because the Juggernaut is taking a lot of farm, and Bad Rider needs farm too. So as the most farm hero from the early laning phase, he has to be able to use it to make space for his team.
Nass pings out. We could have a fight on the high ground. FY jumps in. They are getting the Lifestealer bomb off mid one. He's still feeling nice and healthy, so he might try to turn this. FY going back up onto the high ground. Mikasa just kind of flapping around. Will get stunned up with the Scythe Carapace. Meanwhile, Mushi looks for the jump there. Just throwing out spears left and right. This could be an Omni Slash. Split among too many targets now. No. Might get focused down. There is free to jump back in as Mushi seems to be walking back. He's cut himself the heart. He's so survivable and has to sit there and take it. The Illuminate coming out, but barely going to do a thing. And it looks like even through the armlet end should be cleaned up right here. Surrounded by three. They're looking for more. Blink away from the Bat Rider to try to stall out the action. Meanwhile, FY walking away. There is going to be a gem on the Abaddon, so they do have eyes on the Ricky Maru. Meanwhile, up in the base. Alright, Slark, I think you have to back off a little bit, or not, as the relocate change comes in. DDC, he throws the TP from his space under his tier 4s. Oh, little buddy, no. And the GG comes out in favor of Fnatic at under 30 minutes in the game.
This game is just a very well executed game from Fnatic. Finally, we've seen Fnatic making much better plays as a team. They use the relocates very well this game, with the Nyx getting a lot of pickoffs on VGRs, especially the Juggernaut.